No, leave it. It's a phobia. With that, Yoongi snatched the flower from the nurse who was just trying to hold that. In the past month, there is an incredible improvement in Yoongi's behavior and health. His vocal improved a lot. He still can't speak difficult words or too much long sentences, but he can express himself now way better than before. His aggressive behavior is also on a hold, not like he was too much aggressive before too. He can understand better too, and the thing which grew most in the past month is Yoongi's affection for the other boy. Hoseok at least comes thrice to meet Yoongi in a week, and if he is a free, he comes more often. Now too, it was the day for Hoseok to come and meet Yoongi, who is now patiently waiting for the vitamin boy. Yes, he gave him a new nickname. Hoseok is his vitamin, which he needs always to remain calm and sane. Yoongi plucked the flower from the gardens in the early morning, and this fool nurse was trying to steal those. Well, yes, there is a growth in Yoongi's mental state of mind, but he still can't think more than a 10-year-old child. It seems like his memory got stuck in the past. He is living 12 years back in his life, and according to doctors, they have no solution for it. Yoongi may be like others very next second, but again, it can take forever. Hoseok bursts into laughter as soon he enters in the room, seeing Yoongi snatching the flowers from the nurse who rolls her eyes at Yoongi, and Yoongi do the same. It was not a good manner to call someone thief, Yoongi, speaks Hoseok, catching the attention of Yoongi, who beams with the happiness and just jump on the Hoseok, who got stumbled from the sudden weight on his body. Yoongirls, you will break my bones. And with that, Hoseok puts Yoongi down, who wins and stomps his feet on the floor. You are being too much fishy nowadays, Yoongirls. I am not. Then why did you call her thief? Asked Hoseok, putting some snacks on the plate, which he cooked himself for the older one. The one who takes another things is called thief, yells Yoongi, which makes Hoseok cover his ear. Yoongi, I'm not 10 miles away. You don't need to scream, speaks Soseok, sitting on the bed and pushing a plate towards Yoongi, who instead of grabbing a snack moves aside and picks the flower and gives them to Hoseok, who smiles brightly in return, accepting the flowers and bowing in a style like a prince from the fairy tales in front of Yoongi, who bows back in the same way, trying to imitate Hoseok. Okay, Yoongi, are you feeling well? Yoongi nods slightly. Then, are you ready for your regular checkup? Asked Hoseok, grabbing the hands of Yoongi. Yoongi, okay, I'm ready. But you will not go back from here, said Yoongi, making Hoseok nod his head in the anticipation. They both chit-chats, and after around half an hour, some guards came and took Yoongi with them. Yoongi didn't behave violently, which makes Hoseok proud and content. There is really so much growth in Yoongi. It's when Hoseok saw the small wardrobe in the corner of the room. All his clothes and important belongings are there. Hoseok thought to rearrange and clean up his wardrobe, so he went there and opened it, and as he expected, it was a mess. So he started to fold up all the Yoongi's clothes and set them in the wardrobe. After cleaning all the upper section, he moved to the lower section. There was nothing much, just some colors and a sketchbook. Yoongi draws. With that, Hoseok pulls out the sketchbook from the closet and then sat on the bed after putting the sketchbook on his lap. And as soon he opened the sketchbook, he was amazed by the drawings. They were so good. First drawing was of a woman and a baby in her hand, an infant. Is it Yoongi? Hoseok becomes excited and turns next page. There was a picture of same woman from the last drawing, and now here was a child around 7 or 8 who is now holding a baby close to his chest. Now Hoseok changed his theory. The first infant in the first drawing was not Yoongi. Maybe this child who is holding the baby is Yoongi, and the woman might be his mother, and the child might be his younger sibling. With his own theory, Hoseok comes on the next page and he gasped as soon he saw the next page. Yoongi's mom was getting bitten by a man with a large spear and horrifying look. Yoongi drew him more like a beast rather than a man, and it's when Hoseok's gaze shifted in the corner of the page. That baby was lying on the floor in a pool of blood. Hoseok hastily checked the other pages, and there was no more drawing of that baby. It means that baby is no more. Hoseok felt like suffocation. What happened with Yoongi in his childhood? It's when he noticed the page which he opened just from the middle to check about the baby. His stomach churned at the drawing on that page. The same man was beating Yoongi with the rod in his hand, and Yoongi made so many scars on his body in that drawing. It means that Yoongi has those scars on his body from the physical assault, and that person is his dad. Everything flashed in front of Hoseok's eyes. He still remembered the first day when he first saw Yoongi. Yoongi was crying loudly from the fear when the nurse was scolding him with a stick in her hand. He remembers that how Yoongi would stick in the corner of the room and how he flinched every time whenever she would bring the stick close to him. Is this the reason that the Yoongi was not showing his legs to the Hoseok on that day, and when Hoseok was certain that someone assaulted him, he had to scream on the poor boy to take off his shirt. He remembered how Yoongi got terrified at that day. Unknown to him, many tears slided down from his face. Hoseok flinched when someone snatched the sketchbook from his hand. Yoongi, Hoseok gulped, seeing the Yoongi in front of him, who is looking at him with his red, teary eyes. Hoseok didn't know what to say or what to do. He should comfort his friend, but by the look on others' face, it was clear that the older one was very disappointed at him for looking into his drawing book, or the past of the older, who is looking at him like a hawk now. Hoseok smiled sheepishly. What? Hoseok tried to look like a cool person, acting like he didn't know about the severity of the situation. Why would you take this? Said Yoongi on the verge of crying. Hoseok was looking down at the whole time. After listening the broken sobs from the elder, he immediately looked upside only to regret, and he quickly hugged the older one, who was standing still. Hoseok thought that the paler one will push him just like last time. But instead of that, he hugged him tighter. You will not leave me. It came out more like a command rather than question, but Hoseok was ready to accept the command. I will never leave you, Youngers, no matter what, okay? Hoseok wiped the tears from the cheeks of the other, who snuggled himself more into Hoseok's chair. How was the checkup? Everything fine? Asked Hoseok, trying to distract Yoongi. And to his favor, it was kinda easy for him to distract Yoongi as he was not very much mentally grown up. He don't understand the tacts of the other, but it was also one of the main concerns of Hoseok. He needs to make Yoongi more capable so he could protect himself. Hoseok quickly picked up the drawing book and shoved it into the wardrobe bag while Yoongi was busy in solving the puzzles which Hoseok brought for. Ashok decided that he is not going to invade the privacy of others from now on, and also the past is not something you can change. But yes, he is going to do everything in his might to make Yoongi's future bright. He went back to Yoongi, who is now in the last stage of solving the puzzle. But Hoseok's expression became hard when he himself could not understand the puzzle. It's when he picked up the outer box of the set, which was dropped on the floor. It's when he saw that it is for adults, and that too for the one having high IQ, at least more than 135. That's when Hoseok relaxed that he is not actually dumb, it's just for the genius people. Maybe the shopkeeper gave him the wrong one set. Hoseok was about to tell Yoongi that it is not for him. That's when he heard a loud scream. Yeah, I did this. Look, Hoseok, it was so easy. Hoseok's jaw dropped after seeing that. His hand subconsciously acted and he covered the box behind him. Congrats, Yoongi. With that, Hoseok dashed outside, and that's when Yoongi saw on the back of the puzzle set. Shit, he got that. How can you be this much fool? That's when he pulled a cell from the secret drawer under the hospital bed and called someone. He know everything. Capture him and send to the basement until I come. With that, Yoongi cursed the call and dashed outside after taking his gun and the keys. Hoseokshi, now help yourself if you could. With that, Yoongi speeded up his car to his mansion to meet his new friend who would be chained up by now.